We'll start right away. Once about maybe one or two more people join us, we'll kickstart. Tonight's discussion is going to be a very, very powerful, interesting. Let me put up my music first so that you can hear me very well. Okay, music off. All right, music off. Okay, so good evening, everyone. Good evening here from Nigeria. I'm happy to be here. My name is Dami, and it's such a pleasure to be here tonight. Tonight, I have a very powerful guest, and even me, like I've brought my jotter so that I can write as much as possible. To be honest, like I'm really looking forward to the conversation. I believe that if we are really looking forward to doing community work, community projects, and all that, fund is definitely one thing that you cannot run away from, because most times you need money to do a lot of things. It might not be a lot of money, but whatever it is, even if it is transport fare you need, or even if it, and most times you might not even be able to do these things alone. Other people, you might be so passionate and you might be able to do the work, but then a few other people, some other people might be going with you and would need at least, even if it is tea fare, just a little, even if it's just refreshment. And sometimes, trust me, these things can be really difficult when there's no money. And so tonight, we really want to break this issue of money and all of that when it comes to community impact work. And so that is why I have Margaret here tonight. So I'm just going to go ahead and invite her to join. Okay. Margaret, I've accepted your request to join the video. So hi, Margaret.
Hi, Dami.
Hey, so we finally seen the fine hair. And really, your hair is lovely.
Thank you.
Well, guys.
Okay, I'm trying to position my camera really well, so
Margaret was my supervisor.
I hope you can hear me.
Okay, and I can tell you that Margaret was like a wonderful supervisor to me. Like I cannot even talk. I can't even say everything about Margaret. I'm sure you guys have read her profile, so I'm not even going to waste time to talk about her profile or anything. I'm just going to get right straight into it, because I know that it is going to be powerful. All right, so Margaret, once again, you're welcome, and we are so privileged to have you here. Honestly, I do not take it for granted in any way. Thank you. So let's go straight.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dami, for having me.
That profile is intimidating. It's intimidating. Why now? Only you, but you've done so well. We are so proud of you. We see your good works. I personally see the great things that you are doing. Besides all of the good things, we see lives, people who come and say, "Oh, thank God for Margaret," and we're so grateful. And so, amongst all the numerous things that you are doing, you are the executive director of Stand with a Girl initiative, and for me, that is phenomenal. So, just a background as to how the swag starts, what was your motivation, and what is still your motivation to run swag. Welcome.
Thank you so very much, Dr. Dami, for having me. It's a great privilege to be here, and I don't take it for granted at all. So the Stand with a Girl initiative, and technically, or I would say professionally, and when I say professionally,
I mean my phone, or if others can also hear you, but your audio is a bit low for me.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not sure if it is the same for others. So
can you hear me now?
I can hear you. It's just that it's not so loud.
Oh, okay. If you just give me a few seconds, I'll try to get my earpiece, and I think that should make it better. Is that fine?
Okay. I'm so sorry. I just really want everybody to be able to hear all the stuff that you have for us.
Yeah, that's very important. So I'm just going to put on my earpiece and let me.
I think it's better now. I think it's better.
Oh, okay. I've had to move my mouth very close to. Okay, so I'll try to do that really fast, and then we dive right into it. Okay. All right. So I also want to double check. Am I joining with Margaret, right? At Bolaji Margaret. Is that it?
Yes, you are joining with Bolaji Margaret.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for confirming that.
Your camera is pointing a bit up. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I think I'm just trying to get the earpiece ready, and as soon as I do that, I would reposition my camera. So Instagram is one thing I'm not so very good at, so kindly forgive me.
I know. It's okay. Thank you.
Okay, so tell me if this is better.
Yes, it's better for me. Please, guys, if it's also better for you, please let me know so that
And the video?
Yes, it's fine. Although your camera has turned you like on the side.
I see.
It's fine now.
Okay.
It's fine now. Yes, it's fine.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you. I'm so sorry for the stress.
It's okay. It's my pleasure to do this. Yes. So thank you very much, Dr. Dami. And I was just talking about Stand With a Girl initiative. So Stand With a Girl initiative is a youth-led organization, means that it's run by young people. Now, before we start diving into the age, we know that there are different definitions of young people. I mean, the age category, depending on country, on continent. So in Nigeria, you hear the different age group. In Africa, it's different. The UN, United Nations, also has some setup. However, with Stand With a Girl initiative, we're still going by the Nigerian Constitution, which stipulates 18 to 35. So it means that everyone in the leadership of Stand With a Girl initiative is a young person. So, and it's registered with Corporate Affairs Commission, and that's why I can date back Stand With a Girl initiative to March 1st, 2016. However, it began long before 2016. It was only officially incorporated in 2016. And going by that incorporation, it means we're 5 years plus. So for us, it was about how do we reach out to the girl child. So I have a personal story tied to this, coming from an all-girls home. We're 7 of us. And of course, the society just felt they are male girls. And it was just okay for our parents to train us to become wives. And that was it all. In fact, not just necessarily even wives. Some could even say things like, oh, let's see how far they will go. Why just waste your energy and resources training mere girls? So I felt that was unacceptable. And I felt that girls were way more important and could be all that God has created them to be. So that was really when the struggle started, dated back to even primary school and all of that. So we started making some baby steps. And of course, it was about being passionate and just reaching out to girls, as simple as speaking to a girl and say, hey, you can do it, go for it. As simple as saying it's okay to be the first in your class. You don't have to be the third, even though you're a girl. And so all of that began. And then we had some couple of radio programs, because I had the opportunity to work at a local radio station where we talked about girls' issue. But interestingly, 2013, I suddenly learned about the International Day of the Girl Child, and I felt, oh, it's really an opportunity to shed light on the issues that girls are facing. Also another opportunity to showcase to the world that, hey, there are women who are doing amazing things, because girls need to be motivated. You just need to know how closer those things are, because when you have role models, when you see women who are already doing amazing work. So we keyed into that commemoration, and that was really when SWAG began having major activities, brought girls from different secondary school, public and private, girls from rural communities, also parents, religious leaders, traditional leaders, and the major reason for doing that was to, one, celebrate girls, and secondly, shed light on the issues that girls are facing. So really, that was how we got about starting Stand With a Girl. And I love the name Stand With a Girl, swag, because we bring all of our positive energy into what we do, and we're excited to affect the girl child. But the major goal is to ensure that every girl in Nigeria, no matter where she is found, no matter where she is born, is able to achieve her full potentials.
Wow, amazing. I mean, I'm also privileged to know a bit about swag and some of the things that you are doing, and I know that it has not always been easy. So as much as we like to celebrate the good, the interesting, the positive part of it, tonight I really want you to tell us what challenges you have encountered while on this journey. Has it been smooth? Has it been so easy? Or have you encountered challenges?
Definitely, as it is with every other journey, and I have to start foremost by thanking God for the grace, for even the passion, for the inspiration to begin something, and it's been God all through. However, we've had different challenges, and one of such is this is not popular. In fact, the name alone, sweet as it sounds to so many people's here, actually puts some people, like it puts some people's off. It's always, why girls? Why not boys? And it's still uncommon. It's still not the normal thing that you're saying, oh, girls are equal to boys. Oh, girls should be given all the opportunity, the rights and everything. So already you're mentioning your name and some are already at what exactly do you want to say? This is one of the challenges. Another one is funding, which is related to what we're talking about today. The truth is, with no kobo, you can do amazing work. However, to do much more amazing work, you need funding, really, because the truth is, if you want to empower somebody, if you want to enable another, you need some set of incentive. You need some kind of money to be able to do the good work that you do. In fact, let me even drive it home that the first time we needed to register with Corporate Affairs Commission, which is very key to receiving funding, because you also have to be incorporated before people can identify with you. I personally working in a non-governmental organization, but it was meager amounts. Like I couldn't use 1 month salary to get it incorporated at that point. So I had to get into contribution, where it took some months to be able to raise the funding to do that. So these are some of the challenges that we faced in the past. Another one was also, we needed to sharpen our skills. So I would say that much as we were passionate, even much more to say we were emotional, we would go to communities, see girls, we wanted to really help them. But it just stopped at that being, so, we didn't know, we needed to set this more strategic. We needed to really say exactly, yes, it's girl child, but is it girls' education? Even in education, there's a whole lot. Even if it's health, is it sexual and reproductive health? So we wanted to do everything at the same time. And of course, we got the pushback at different points. So these were some of the challenges that we went through trying to start up. And it's not to mean that the challenges are all gone, like we're daily learning. In fact, we fail, but when we fail forward. We stand up again, we do it again, we learn from those mistakes, and then we pick it up again. But again, it's been an amazing journey, not easy, because there's a lot of sacrifice that you have to be ready to make when there are other opportunities to make you veer away from your goals. You have to close your eyes, like you're tempted, but you would say, no, I need to stick to this. And one issue is also the structure. You need a good structure for an organization to keep going. I suffered that 3 years ago because I needed to exit swag, and the reason was for conflict of interest. So I just remained the founder, but not the executive director. So because I was working elsewhere for John Hopkins Center for Communications program, it looked like it was just Margaret's organization alone, you know, because the proper structure wasn't there. And these are some of the challenges that youth-led organizations face and all of that. So I think I should stop there for now.
These challenges look like would have been enough to just weigh you down. But I mean, despite all of these challenges, we are still here. You know, I give you kudos. So, I mean, tonight we are just going to zoom into one of the challenges that you have enumerated, which is finances, funds. Like, it's very important. I mean, I cannot even imagine how much I have heard people say, "Oh, I want to do this, but no money, no money." So, I mean, how have you been able to access funds for all of the beautiful work that you have been doing in SWAG?
Okay, thank you very much. I would love to say this in two phases. So one phase is that we can't neglect the power of local resource mobilization. So you have to tap into the network of family and friends that you have. So aside just having to contribute, for example, to get us incorporated, there were times we needed to do other activities. So what we needed to do was to identify family and friends who showed interest, who were in support of our goals, of our objectives, and said, "Oh, I'm interested in Girl Child. I take this 1,000, like as little as 1,000 is, it went a long way in doing something." Some would say, "Oh, it's 5,000, take this." Also, some, it's not in money. We had volunteers, we had friends, we had colleagues who were willing to give in their expertise, who were able to help us even structure. You know, at times when we look at funding or grants or support, we look at it only as financial support. But the technical assistance that you get from friends, the advice, the pieces of advice that you get here and there that helps you to put you in the right path is also part of the resources that we're able to mobilize locally to moving us forward. At least if we don't have ₦1 million to commemorate International Day of the Girl Child, we can use 50,000 naira from the little mobilization. And then instead of having to pay for a consultant, we can leverage on the technical assistance that someone is providing. That's one bit of it. The other bit was also reaching out to friends who were doing amazing work and say, "Oh, we can collaborate. We can." So you have the money, we have the human power. We have group of volunteers who will be there at the event to do the run-ins. Or we can also help you edit your program. We can do ABC, and we're also part of it. So these were also ways that we're able to locally mobilize resources. The other part of it, which is really big.
I think you have already said 2 points I don't want people to miss. With the first one is local resource mobilization, and I think that it is very important because I see a lot of people wanting to do big projects. They just want to blow. You know what it means to just want to blow
instead of growing, right?
It doesn't work like that. It's okay to start small. You know, start with what you have. You have people around.
Don't despise days of little beginning.
Exactly. You have people around you who, if you just tell them what you are doing, they will buy into the idea. They might not bring all of the money, but the little here, the little there. I mean, it's enough to, you know, at least get you going. And then as you go on the journey and as you begin to get to your track record, you are able to now do things, then get noticed by more people and all of that. I think that's very, very phenomenal.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Now, this second point that you just raised, collaboration, I think a lot of people don't know how to collaborate. Personally, I think that everybody just I want to do my own. Oh, this is swag. Swag is my own. You know, this is Build Africa. Build Africa is my own, you know. But we really need to learn how to collaborate according to what you have said. I mean, nobody, I mean, this whole community impact, it's for the people. You know, and as long as we are doing the work and people are getting helped, that is most important. So it's okay.
Correct.
Like, I cannot even overemphasize it. Like you have said, it is okay to collaborate. Look for people who have similar vision as you, who want to do things that are similar as the things that you want to do, and collaborate with them. Combine efforts and get the results. Am I right? Have I said it the way you have said it?
Exactly. I'm not sure I would have said it any better. Yes, collaboration is key. And just going back a bit before I get to the big way of getting the big funding, which is also very important so that you can do even much more things that you're doing. So even while you're mobilizing local resources, accountability is key. Even if someone has given you as low as 10 naira, I mean, I don't even know what that is in dollar. That would be 0.000 something dollar. You must be able to be accountable to that person. So it's for this activity. When you're done with the activity, do you write the report and share with this person? Do you update your funders? You might think they are not big funders. After all, it's just a meager amount. No, you should be able to be accountable. And you know, while you're doing that, you are actually building skills towards managing the bigger funding, because you might think, oh, it's just more money, I can afford to just do it anyhow. I learned a very important story, you know, while working with the organization I mentioned earlier. We had the opportunity to assess some youth-led civil society organization, and we found this organization that was doing amazing work. Now, amazing work, but had no funding. I mean the big funding, the kind of big funding, official kind of funding. But this woman that was heading this organization would even use part of her own personal salary to pay workers. But here was where she got it wrong. She should have, despite that she was donating her salary to helping support her staff or volunteers that were working with her, she would have moved that amount into her own, the corporate account of that organization, so that when people go, auditors or interested funders, they're able to trace all of the account, the amount that leaves the account and all of that into the corporate account, not the personal account, because it's just good that we're accountable regardless of how much is it. Even if it's 1,000 naira, 1,000 naira, we should learn to be accountable. So my advice with regards to this is that we start by being accountable in the little. Don't think, oh, this funding, or it's just, and you know, familiarity at times. Oh, it's my younger brother, sister that gave me this 1,000 naira to help support girls in the community. It's okay. And you've moved on. We move. No. We move, but move with reports. Be able to show what you've been able to use that funding for, because you're building your skill towards managing bigger resources. And I like to quote from the scriptures, you know, he who is faithful in a little is able to handle the bigger one. It means you will be entrusted with a bigger opportunity. So that's it. So that I don't forget the other point that we need to mention, which I think people will be interested in. There are several opportunities out there. I assure you, in fact, with COVID-19, maybe I should tell us the secret, which I have noticed just recently. Meetings are not being held like it used to be. I mean, conferences and the rest. And what that means is that this money definitely will go into something else. So funders, donors, these are people who give grants to different organizations depending on their own priorities and the rest, are actually looking at how do we invest the same money that will have gone into meetings and conferences to make social impact. So what that means is that if you position yourself really well, you're able to get funding for your organization. But again, you can't get funding for your organization if you're not, for example, incorporated with CAC. Because without being incorporated with CAC, you can't get a corporate account. And it means that nobody will give Margaret Bolaji funding, I mean, from that kind of level. It will be to swag. So this is very important. However, there are some things that you need to know. Day in, day out, funders, donors are shunning out requests for proposals. And you know, when they send out these proposals, you might not know because you are not launching out to different resources that you have. But if you're launching out, staying connected, connecting with people who are in this field, you're likely going to see it on social media, going in day and out.
The question is, where do we see all of these opportunities? Are they advertised somewhere? Where can people find them?
Okay, so the truth is you need to position yourself. For example, you're a youth-led organization, an organization, if you belong to different youth-led networks. So we in Nigeria, we have AFRIAN, we have International Youth Alliance on Family Planning, depending on if you're in health. In other fields, there are also other kind of coalition, consortium of different youth-led organizations coming together. Another one is also you can tap into different organizations or funders and then send out messages to them. They would include you in their mail server, and it means that you will get information where they are sending something. You can also Google. Google is your friend, you know. You can type different topics and be able to get, but importantly, what has worked for me personally, it's really getting involved in this different coalition organizations, speaking to people and creating networks. When you also attend conferences and meetings, you exchange contacts and you keep up with such contacts. So that's really, and the development world is such a small space, and that's why you can't afford to fuck up. I really mean it. Even if you'll be doing it just so that you don't get blacklisted, it's what's been that way. If, of course, integrity should be one of your core things that you should be looking at, but it is important that you reach out. So now, when such RFP, which is the request for proposal, has been sent out, it's highly competitive because it means 1,001 person are going to be putting in for that, which is maybe at the end of the day, it might just be one grantee, it might be 10, it might be 2, 3, 4, 5, depending. Exactly, but never be this. But you need to do your part, and these are just few tips that I want to share when you see such. So one is that you need to follow instructions religiously. Really, the truth is, right, these requests for proposal, they have extensive requirements. At times, oh boy, when I look at them, it can be discouraging. You have to fill so many things. But the truth is, a funder that wants you to get something done, if you're not following what the instruction that is giving you, as simple as is the deadline and the rest, who tells him that you're going to obey when they give you the funding? They're not giving you funding. You cannot obey instruction. As in, they're saying, oh, send in 4 pages. You want to send 5 pages. Oh, do ABC. So you will need to really look at the instructions. Some you might not understand. Again, power of collaboration and networking. Reach out to people who may. What I do when I apply for some funding, I ask myself, is this the first time they are doing such? If it's not the first time, someone might have received it before. Let me reach out to this person. Yeah. Exactly. And they can better put you right on what to do and what not to do. Now, there's another thing you need to do is to research about your donor. So the donor is the one who gives the money. You know, you want to know what's their mission, what's their key priority. And you know, oftentimes we say that, oh, donors have agenda. Yes, they should. If you become a philanthropist, honestly, you would have focus, and that's what we call agenda, and you are entitled to it. So you want to read about them. So I'll give a quick example with myself. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, it's one organization in health, especially sexual and reproductive health, which is core for SWAG. So every year they have like an annual newsletter where they talk about their focus for the year. I always want to grab that, because what that means is that I can leverage on it to when I'm dishing out my proposal and be able to speak their language. I don't know if you get what that means. So it means that you have to research a lot about your grantee. Another thing you need to do is to project your uniqueness. Now, most times the problem we have, or thing that we have, is that we're youth-led organization. How many years of experience do I have? How much money have I don't have that financial history, because these are things that really matter for donors. But you can leverage on the power of your small wings. Now, you can say things like, hey, I know I don't have so years of financial experience. However, as a youth-led organization, I can mobilize other young people to do ABC. Oh, we've been able to do or to collaborate with ABC and everything. You know, we call this thing packaging, but I would rather than use the word packaging, because at times we mistake packaging to say you're saying what you're not doing. No, it is what you're doing, but your ability to put it in the right way. And you know, when you begin those small activities that you're doing, you have to also project it. Let people see what you can do. In fact, at times you're just seated on your own and someone is reaching out. Oh, Margaret, I think you're working at the internally displaced persons camp, IDP. Would you like to do ABC for us? So because you've been able to project the work that you do, people are able to see it. And you will project those very strong, your uniqueness, what distinguishes. So an organization might have 20 years of experience. I just have 5 or even 1. But you know what I make sure I do? What is that thing that organization doesn't have? Maybe we are younger, we have positive energy. We can ensure that we get work done. We are not bureaucratic. You won't have to waste time trying to sign ABC and the rest. You will project that uniqueness. That's another way to getting you there. Another thing you want to do is to use catchy titles. So most times when proposals come, you have title. So don't repeat back if they're saying, oh, this is proposal to make girls. Look for something very catchy that, you know, imagine, I always tell people, right, different people are going to review your proposal and they have like maybe 1,000 proposals. Just imagine that person is tired, that person had a bad day with their spouse or whatsoever. What is that one thing that will make them remember that I read your proposal? So be sure that, see, you are not there to waste their time or to try to beat around the bush. Look for something really catchy that will stand you out.
From what a lot of other people would have written.
Exactly. That, you know, they even after the bad day and they want to get back to them, oh, what about that person that wrote? They want to even go back to your proposal again because they'll just, okay, they drop it. Next one. What stands you out? That's important. Now, when you are putting out your proposal, there's always that portion for budget. And, you know, let your budget shows that you are a responsible steward. Now, we think it's free money. These are taxpayers' money at times. These are, even if you are Bill Gates, even if you are, what's her name again now? I'm trying to just think about the richest people in the world. Okay, I know Bill Gates has moved. Who is the latest person? That means you can help me with that subsequently. So, but the truth is, they are looking for responsible steward. So, for example, where you have your budget, you know, you can just say transport, $50,000. Can you break it down? They don't want so long at this point. Later on, you can be doing a breakdown of your budget. But you can as well say 2 persons times 4 times so gives you that $50,000 instead of just saying, oh, $50,000. At the same time, there are always a position for notes in your budget and say, oh, so if we're going to have up to 5 persons, instead of doing individual transport allowance, we can charter a vehicle. It just tells your funder that, oh, I'm dealing with the right person. This person is a responsible steward. That's very key. And you know, it's important to also be original. Don't just go copy and paste and all of those things.
Wait. This stuff are too much. Like, you're just giving us. Let us drink water on this one.
Okay, please drink water.
The key points. I don't want people to miss them. See, they look like they are just simple things that we know, but I feel that is where a lot of us are going wrong. A lot of people have done beautiful projects, but they don't even know how to write about the good things that they have done, and that is why they are not getting the grants that they are applying. You know, as little as following instruction. I remember also that I was opportune at the time to review some proposals. You know, and little thing as word counts. Some people cannot even, it's as simple as word counts. Okay, write 1,000. You are writing 2,000. And I'm like, okay, so if I say write 1,000, don't you think that I know why I am asking you to write 1,000? If you cannot obey instruction as simple as 1,000 words, that means that when I tell you this is what I want you to do with my money, you will also not obey that simple instruction. You know, I feel that this is how funders think. And I'm not a funder, you know, but I believe that this is how funders think, you know. So these things are very, 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 very key. And, you know, sorry that I'm emphasizing on it. I just don't want people to miss those very, very important points. So please, we have drunk water. You can go ahead.
Thank you very much. And 100%, I agree with you, because really, even for me, if you cannot obey at that point, I can almost be sure that when it's time to turn in reports, I might be chasing you everywhere. So, and I don't want to do that when there are 1,001 other persons who need that same funding. So it's important. So, I wanted to also talk to us about proofreading your work and reviewing with people. And if you notice that I say a lot, honestly, it pains me that people want to work in isolation and just want to be that superstar alone. It's impossible. You're missing a great deal. Every time I've had to turn in a proposal, I've always had to speak to not less than 5 people, not less than 5 people. And all that I'm looking for is, oh, can you help me review it? Oh, I have this idea. What do you think? And every time I speak to people, I always leave better. There is one point that I would take that would enrich that proposal. And that's why your company matters. The people you relate with, and you have to leverage on all of this. They are important things, because, at times you would read and it looks like everything is clear. I know for bigger organization, you can have like a review team. So you do peer review and all of that. But, we're really focusing on youth-led organization who probably, in fact, you're only starting, it's you that is the founder. Is you that is the executive director. Is you that is the reports and grant writer and all of that. And the more, yes. But of course, as you grow, you have to also be intentional and recruit people to support you, because especially when it comes to funding, it's no longer a family and friends affairs. People, for transparency, you need to involve others too. But I mean, when you're just starting. So what that means is you have to know the right set of people to bring around you to speak to. So I would say keep networking. And there's a whole lot, but the truth is, I also want to respect our time, because I think that we're supposed to have wrapped up this. Am I correct? So I think that I should stop here for today.
Yes, it's been very powerful. Like, I must be honest, like I have learned a whole lot. In fact, let me tell you one thing that I learned from here is that funders are looking for people to give money, especially now that there are no fiscal meetings. Like that one, I put it in my left hand so that I will not use it to eat amala.
Please,
it's very, very important. Wow, I think we should not let you go, but we have to respect this time.
Yeah.
So thank you. But then before you go, I mean, a lot of people want to meet you. They want you to, they want you to teach them, like hold them by hand. You know how we say hand holding, and really people need this hand holding, and mentorship and all of that. So I'm just asking, and it's okay if you say no, but then we want to know: are you open to mentoring, one-on-one mentorship? Are you open to people reaching out to you directly to ask you to mentor them?
Yes, so definitely, I'm open to that. But it's always good to give a disclaimer, and this disclaimer is when we come together, we would look out for a better time that works for me and also work for you, because there's a whole lot I'm doing at the moment. But the truth is, any day, anytime, my door is always open. But yes, when you come, we will then. But when you come, we'll be able to really talk about the modalities that best work for both of us. Yeah. But yes, definitely. And again, my platform, I know I don't do much of that anymore. You can always follow my work on. So if it's Facebook, if you type Margaret Bolaji, if it's Twitter at Bolaji Margaret, Instagram, it's also Bolaji Margaret. LinkedIn is Margaret Bolaji.
Pages, yeah?
Yes, so that's also very key. So it's Stand with a Girl initiative on Facebook, on Instagram and Twitter, it's at I Swag Today. So you can always find us, and I'm happy to be here today. I think one thing that I really did not mention, and despite that we need to close, it's also the power of monitoring and evaluating your work. So it's good that you want to do good work. It's good that you're doing amazing work. I used to have a boss that once came to train us, and he said, see, anything that is not documented is not done. And that's the power of documentation. He said, when funders come to you or people say, what have you done? You can't tell them, I swear to God, I did ABC. They're asking for documentation. Where is the proof? So that proof, it's when you document, and then when you also monitor and say, oh, because I think in the development world, it's very easy to get emotional and not be intentional about what we do. Oh, you just went to a community, people are dying, there's no, oh, I feel bad. Yes, it's good to feel bad. It's good to also do your intervention, but how does it translate to sustainable development? M&E, monitoring and evaluation, will help you get it right. And this is very key. So that's the power of evidence and data.
And data, very, very important. And I mean, after you have monitored, you are evaluated, learn from it and use it to inform your program decisions. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Margaret, thank you. I mean, I can continue chatting with you here, but you know, it's been a very, very wonderful evening. So what I would do is, if anybody is interested in having you mentor them and they reach out to me, of course, I'll ask you first, and then we can take it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
So I think I should just let you go so that you will not.
Thank you so much for having me, and to everyone who joined. I see a lot of persons. I don't want to start calling names now, but I see you all. Thank you so much for joining. And Dr. Dami, you're one person I respect so much, and I love the passion you put into what you do. Thank you for creating this platform, Women in Development. It is apt, it is very important, and I tell every young person out there, every woman, every girl, to ensure that they follow this program. It's going to be beneficial. I enjoyed the last episode, and I look forward to staying through with you as we progress. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And so we are just going to wrap it up here. We're just going to wrap it up.
Sure.
Thank you, everyone. Like, I see a lot of people joining. I see you all. I can't even start mentioning names now. Thank you for joining, and I really hope that you have learned one. In fact, I'm sure that it's not just one or two. I'm sure that you have learned a whole lot. And you know, Margaret is always available. Like, she's that nice. If you need any clarification, you know, she will definitely, and like I can beat my chest on that she will definitely respond to you. So thank you once again for joining. Margaret, thank you for coming here. Thank you for
having me. And those who came to look at my hair, thank you.
Yeah, so like, I mean, I'm you. I mean, just to intimidate me, but you know me, I refuse to be intimidated. You know, but it's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, David. All right.
Again. So let's say thank you and God bless you all. And I pray that all of the good work that we are doing, you know, will make a difference. And at the end, we will be grateful that we did all of these things. You know. So thank you and have a wonderful evening. Bye.